My great-great-grandfather in Puerto Rico was a machetero. He harvested sugarcane, somebody else's sugarcane on the islands. There's a photograph of him at my grandmother's house that is included in this. But, you know, in the United States, machetes kind of get a bad rep. This Friday the 13th macabre sort of weapon type of thing, scary weapon. In actuality, I mean, a machete is a tool, it's a farming implement that people throughout the world use and really identify with as their tool of their trade to make a living on this planet. Is their bridge, their relationship to the earth, it's a very simple but complex tool. It is also a symbol of rebellion or resistance, revolution. It has been used in massacres, etc. So, in many ways, I see language in our words and the stories that we tell in a similar way. And so, while I come on both sides of the family, come from generations of people who have worked the land, to people who migrated, and people who did physical labor, as really being the first generation who had the options not to do that, I had to think about what was my relationship to my past, my history, to physical labor, and to the land, and how can I honor that? And I feel like, therefore, with the gift of the word, which I think was instilled in me very young, with my mother reading bedtime stories to us and taking us to the library and all sorts of stuff, that is my responsibility as a writer, is to pay tribute to and to try to bring back some of the dignity and the importance of the tools that we use and the people who use those tools. So that's all in this poem, or tried to be in this poem. Yeah. It's called "The Word is a Machete." The word. The word is a machete, a fine tongue of metal forged in flame in hunger's mouth. The word is a machete, the last possession of the dispossessed. Our cracked and callous, sun-kissed hands know the feel of the handle, like our swollen and split, sun-parched lips know the movement of the sound, as if we were born with each, had rubbed it smooth, polished it to a shine, and never let it go. The word is a machete, just a tool of cultivation. It feeds us when we are famished. For centuries we have subsisted on meager diets of maize or rice, coconuts, couscous. When our children hunger, how many times have we hewn a bone-like stalk of sugarcane to feed them slivers of the sweet demon in hopes of chasing away the pangs of starvation? And when the fields were barren or burnt, how many times have we harvested the bones of our ancestors into a meager yet earnest feast of story or song, trying simply to create a distraction from the burning bellies until more work or rain or the landowner's death or a new government comes along? For too long we have eaten only sugar, memory, and song. The word is a machete. It is a whisper as it slices the air, a moan when it finds a final resting place. We speak our native tongues only in interjections or fractured coded slang. We speak in languages not our own. Hold on to the languages that are forbidden, forgotten, forced into exile. We hide them in private so that they not be lost to oblivion. Protect them in places like the pages of our books of prayer, sometimes our cheeks. The word is a machete. It enters its target at unforgettable angles, like the bend of a tropical tree in hurricane season, its palms or branches sweeping the sand in search of its own roots to hold on to. The unforgivable angle of grandmothers at toil in fields at harvest time, their accumulated bodies stooped to the earth, their scarred and baked hands lost in the camouflage of the scarred and baked dirt. The edges of their wide-brimmed, shade-bearing hats declining to only the width of a blade above the ground, that sacred place where beads of sweat resolve to migrate from the straw and commit suicide in the deprived dust. The word is a machete, a constant companion, and in moments of dire need it transforms from tool of cultivation to weapon of self-defense. With the flick of a wrist, the twist of a tongue, we move from campesina to comandante, from peasant to patriot, all without a phone booth or hesitation. In faraway places they will call it revolution, rebellion, uprising, rioting, massacre, or terrorism. But here, right here in the heart, we call it, if you dare come to take what is mine, I will have to kill you. The word is a machete. When they do come, we have no other choice but to use anything we can, whatever we can hold on to, whatever we can let go of, to defend our homes, our children, our ancestors, ourselves, our land, our rights, our water, our traditions, our locked up languages, our birth and death rituals, our books of prayer. They will come again and again and again to take from us our words, to take us from our machetes. But tonight, the rhythm of the drum is synonymous with the sound of hammer on anvil in the fire of hunger's mouth, and we will give them what they can never take away from us. We will give them our machetes. And tomorrow the sound of stone striking armor-plated steel and flesh, because laughter is a slingshot. To introduce you.
Yeah, that's right. We got to do this.
We got to take a break?
Yeah, we're going to take 10.
All right, we're going to take 10 and then come back and hear the grand tour.